Hello, world, and welcome back. It is me, Yshee Black Star on the right star on stage and screen, internationally ignored, always doing the most for the least. And wherever there's a fee, there is me. And I'm also back with my iconic co-host. Introduce yourself, darling.
It's me, Ryan Wilks, the same old basic gear from before, nearly seven
Yeah.
years later, like madness.
How many years later?
Is it
7.
seven? Is it seven? It's not
But
seven.
no, it's
It
5.
feels seven.
It does feel. It feels like 14. If I'm being deadly honest with you.
It's
Welcome to our review show. Yes, and what did we review last? What was the last season? Was it 2?
last season was two, which is wild.
We are so inconsistent. It's honestly hilarious.
We said we'll do one season and then we'll go and have a lifetime and then we'll come back. Sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, literally. Season 2. Jesus Christ! Time to change. Time to change. We're not in lockdown anymore, which is lovely.
Think of how much like drag has changed since then, and also Drag Race has changed since then.
I
Like,
know it's just gotten worse, hasn't it? Just everyone. Every season is still trying to fight to get to season where season 2 was. Every season is struggling. But you know what, girls? We love you. It's not you, it's the production team,
or is it?
maybe. Or oh, gag it, clock it. So we are going to be reviewing season 7 today, episode 1, and we're going to do the whole season. And we're just going to give our thoughts, opinions, and just, see what's going on. Because this episode 1, oh, it was an episode. It was an episode. Just before we get into it, Ryan, what are your like general feelings and consensus for the first episode? Just a little something, nothing too crazy.
Well, I mean, I think my first impressions were the same as majority of what I've seen impressions like on Twitter. Like everyone is saying the same thing, which is it feels, I'm not going to say it was bad because it wasn't bad. However, I do feel like previous seasons' first episodes do have more of a wow factor. Whereas it does just feel like this episode as well was like for me, very rushed. It was like the entrances, and then it was like, oh, mini challenge instantly with another bunch of looks. And then it was instantly
Wow.
the runway, another bunch of looks. It felt like there was no room to breathe and there was no kind of moments for us to learn about the queens. And I feel like that,
Drag them,
yeah.
drag them, drag them. Mate, Ryan just said the first episode was total bollocks.
And see come down.
No, yeah, you know what, Ryan? I do agree with you. I think where they went wrong was the Brit Gala thing.
Mhm.
But we'll get into that
Yeah,
because that was a whole shenanigans and tomfoolery. Um, so yeah, okay. So shall we begin
we shall.
the the first episode of what shows? What we doing again?
Drag Race UK season 7,
Yeah, I
which
know that. What are we doing? What's it called again?
so we're doing entrances. Let's go
No,
straight in.
I mean the actual thing, Ryan. Is it Sunday Swerve? No.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that what we're called?
Yeah,
Listen, it's been
Sunday
5 years.
Square.
Don't. It's been 5 years, Ryan. Don't expect me to remember the names of these things. Actually, look, I like this as
I was
a
about
little
to say,
heritage.
it does feel kind of like it's a new look for you. You're normally such
I know
a
because
little.
I didn't want to do drag, and I went, well, let me find something gay.
Well, you've been touring the world, haven't you?
Thank you. I'm internationally known. Yes, so the first episode of Sunday Swerve, season 7, episode 1 of Drag Race UK. Let's go into these entrance looks, darling. Who we got first?
First in, we had Catherine Feelings, um,
Yes.
which she seems like such a personality. Now,
Yeah.
I can tell that she's just going to be absolutely hilarious, like throughout the whole season of where she places. Not going to say that we know where she places, but um, yeah, I think that she's really going to bring kind of a fresh take on like comedy like with what we've seen previously. I think that girls who say that they go in and give comedy are normally like they will try every little jibe to be a comedy queen, where I don't think that she's going and saying that she's a comedy queen.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice to see. It's quite refreshing to be honest.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. I absolutely love Catherine. I feel like she's going to be the talking comedy head
Ah,
of this season. She is very much like that. I judged her in Drag Idol once, way back when, and she was just hilarious. Her whole shtick is comedy through and through. So she's definitely going to be one to watch. I thought the outfit was okay. I thought it was good. I, it was for an entrance look. It did the job.
ah,
You entered the building. You entered the building, and you look nice.
yeah.
There, yeah, and I think of like other very professional entrance looks. It didn't wow me, but she looked glamorous. She looked like she was a diva. We love a good gown moment. I know I do. So yeah, it did the job. You ticked the box for me. It was it a serve or a swerve for me? I liked it. It was a serve.
Yeah. I think, like I said, it wasn't the most show-stopping look I've ever seen. However, it was an entrance
Mm.
look. Like we said, we
Yeah,
now know as well with the seasons. Obviously, season two was a different time ago when we last reviewed, but we're now
yeah,
in season seven. You never ever know what's going to be that first mini challenge after you walk.
yeah.
So I think it was like we said, it was a nice look. I love the color of it, and also her hair was
Mm.
gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
She looked stunning. So yeah, I'd definitely say it was a serve as well.
Yeah, I agree. I liked it. Next up, we have Terrace Mongardi, my Brighton sister. Oh, how I love Terrace. I know she's been wanting this for years, darling. She's been wanting this for years. And I'm glad that she finally got it as well, to be fair. We used to send each other our little videotapes way back when. We're like, oh, let's compare and contrast. And obviously, they were all terrible. That's why we never got on. But it's funny. She didn't send me this one, and she got on. It's
Yeah,
interesting
exactly.
that. Maybe that what was going on. We kept us. They knew production knew that we're chatting. Um, Terrace, great energy, really fun. She really can do everything in her professional shoot. So this is why I thought when the lineup was announced, they would do a talent show first because Miss Girl can sing.
Oh God,
She
yeah.
could sing. She is like a opera, whatever singer. She's great, and she's so talented. So I would have thought that they would have done a talent show. But again, we'll get onto that.
Mhm.
But for the entrance look, great. I thought it was a nice, again, much like Catherine, it ticked the job. She can be prepared for anything. The entrance line, Malade, hilarious. So funny. Jesse Nelson, we can't help but we don't live, but that comedy moment was a comedy me.
Yep.
But I thought she looked great. The hair was nice. I'm glad she wasn't wearing those braids. I just your sister. I know
We've
my
seen the
sister.
Tyrese
I've
braids.
seen the braids. I know that. But that's okay because drag, sometimes some of the gigs, you're going to get the braids. You're going to get the braids. National television, maybe not, but that's another thing. What did you think of our Terrace?
I absolutely loved her entrance. And the reason why I loved it, I think that sometimes you'll see a girl walk in, they'll hit the mark and you can see them crack, like you can see their thought process going around in their head.
Mm,
Whereas I feel like Tyrese turned the corner and it was game time. Like she walked in, like confidence to the top. The look
mm,
was absolutely stunning. The face, like with the
mm,
close up, she looked right.
yeah.
I'm absolutely obsessed. I think that she's going to be like great TV as well. I feel like if I could predict it, I can see Tyrese like going off in Untucked at some point.
Tyrese, Terrace,
Yeah.
Terrace, Terrace.
Tyrese, that's why I'm thinking it. We need Tyrese on the next season, do you know what I mean?
I mean,
Imagine.
no, yeah, she will. Yeah, she's definitely one of those. And she's a great performer. She is a powerhouse performer. So listen, I don't want her to be in the bottom two for things, but if she is,
Oh.
the girls better watch out.
Mhm.
It's very. I will lip sync. I will lip sync my way to the crown. Very that. I hope she doesn't say that, but it was giving that. Okay, so would you serve it or would you swerve it for Tayris?
Absolute serve for me. I'd actually say it's one of
Yes,
like
sir.
my top three entrance looks.
Oh, really? Interesting. Yes, I would. It's a serve for me. It's a serve. I love. Next up, they always love a good kooky one in the early entrances. We have Sally TM, and I love Sally. I think she she gives me. I know she's like very artsy, very sister sister, blended with a little bit of charity case in there, blended with. So it's going to be very arty, basically. And I really like this entrance look. I think it works really well. She looks great. I think, yeah, for me, it was a serve. That's my opinion. Yeah, I thought she was a serve. I actually think it's one of her strongest looks on the episode.
Yeah, completely agree.
Yeah.
Completely agree. I also think that it's like we say, now we're in a time where, like you said, the name Charity Curse, when they were first in the UK, they weren't really kind of accepting of the kooky queen, like we said. I think that
Mm-hmm.
now we're on season 7. I think that
Yeah.
Sally's honestly like such a standout. And I also
Yeah.
can see Sally becoming like a fan fave. We
Yeah.
kind of know that kind of the fan base now looks for those kind of cool artistic queens. It's like Dawn from the US. That's
Yeah.
what I kind of get from Sally. But I think that she's going to be absolutely great, and I absolutely love the looks, and it was a serve from me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And she's from like South Shields, Newcastle way. She's one of the girls, you know what I mean?
Jordan.
I know she likes a good party, that one.
Yeah.
Honestly, great, great, great work. Love it. Next up, we have the icon that is Selexia Addiction. Now, I this bitch is everything. Me and Selexia go way back. We go way back, darling. I remember, for those of you out there, I remember when Selexia used to be Silly Gal. You probably way back when we did a competition together in Manchester called Kiki Queens, and she was a great runner-up for me. She really was. She was a great runner-up for me, and that's all.
How'd you
That's
get
all
it
I'm
in,
going to
didn't
say.
you?
She's never going to hear the end of it. She's like, remember when I beat you in Kiki Queens? She's on Drag Race. And where am I? Yeah, you know what I mean? Bastard. But yeah, love it. Like when she said she was a staple of the lead scene, it's very that. It's very that. It's like the power of like staying in your hometown and really making a name for yourself, which I think is great. You know what I mean? Many people like to move away. They could have moved to Selexia could have moved to Manchester. She could have been a name there. She could have moved to London, but I'm glad that she stayed in Leeds because Leeds is a great scene. It's a great scene, and like they've got some great, great talent. And I'm glad that Selexia is there to like add to that. The outfit, absolutely served. The tits were tittying. All the proportions were right. It was just phenomenal. They're they're making her to be the fashion
Uh-huh.
bitchy girly, which I find hilarious because I know her and she's a laugh. She's a key. But in some of these shots in the entrances, she's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "I know
Yeah.
what you do in production, but for the look, definitely, definitely a serve."
Absolutely. I completely agree with everything that you've said there. I also think that if you know Silly, well, not Silly anymore, Select. Um,
R.I.P. Silly.
Honestly, I think that you know that, like you said, they're putting her forward in this first episode as the fashion queen. She's going to be
Yeah,
lead. When actually, if you've seen Alexa perform and you've been on a night
yeah,
out with her, you'd realize that she's one of the biggest bastards. Like,
yeah.
she has the best time. All of her performances are like so, so, so funny.
Mm,
And I genuinely, my favorite thing ever to do is when queens like walk in or walk the runway. I love to look back at like who made the look. She obviously
yeah.
made the look, and it's like
Obviously,
like, how do you have time to prep for Drag Race, have the
yeah,
mental space, whilst also making all of these looks? Like,
yeah.
it's madness, but it's an absolute serve for me. It's actually my favorite entrance look out of all of them. So,
Oh yeah, it was honestly a great, great serve. I just think she's definitely now one of the girls that future girls will go to for an outfit. One
absolutely.
hundred percent, literally 100%. I'll go for an outfit. I need something nice. So
You
yeah,
don't have the money
definitely
for that. Do not lie.
gag mate. Listen, mates rates, discounts.
That's the only way.
Uh, I'll be your first black model. There we go. That's how I usually get everything else. Um, Next up we have, even though says she's from Cornwall, she's my East London sister, Pasty. Oh, what a bastard. Or as I like to call her, patisserie. I absolutely love this girl. You know what? There's something about Drag Race that like everyone just sort of elevates her looks. Now, pasties always look great, but this looks even better. I love the Cornish pasty, entrance reveal, Vicky Vivacious found rotting. It was just one of those.
Oh no.
Oh God, God love Vic. I was with her weeks ago, and she loves it. I went, time to move over your pasty, darling. Need to get a new shtick. But I really, really like this outfit. I love the hair. I've never seen her in such great hair. I went, you look amazing. Do I wish like the under, so everything was, a brownishy color, yellowy color, and then there was just the black under thing. I wish that was the same color as everything else. But regardless, I really enjoyed the look. I would wear that look. It's a serve for me. It's very camp, but it's looked very polished, very well made. I'm not sure who made it. It might have been Mocha, her sister, but I do not. But I don't know. I'll find out later. But for
It was
me,
Mocha. It was
it
Mocha.
was Mocha. Lovely. For me, it was a serve. She's never looked better. And again, much like Sally TM's, I think this was one of her best looks in the episode.
Absolutely agree.
Very,
I
yeah.
love, obviously, on All Stars, for an example, a queen will be
Mm,
on the season prior, have their bit, have their kind of iconic moment, and then they'll do
mm,
their entrance walk in, and they'll obviously have like this branded thing. It was like Shangela when she popped out of the box. So I
yeah,
really appreciated that Pasty came in instantly with this Pasty brand,
yeah,
the huge Pasty, like, and then she tore it away. It was. I actually think that like we all know Pasty, and I
yeah,
don't think that she'd mind us even saying this. Like it's like you said, she's elevated so much
yeah,
just walking in. Like we haven't even
yeah,
seen any more of her yet.
yeah.
I think that the looks are already elevated. And I thought that she looked fab. I'm gonna absolutely toot it. Not two, we're serving.
Not
I,
the tuning,
not the
not
toot
the
and the
two,
toot.
not the two.
Um, but I also think, like you said there, I think that with Pasty, I just wish that the black undergarment wasn't showing.
Yeah, yeah, same. But it's well, I say it's a little thing. For the UK, we wouldn't care, but I do understand like watching it from an international point of view, or somewhere this is Drag Race. You want every little detail, and especially if it's a first of we're seeing. Well, internationally, you want every detail to be a little bit there. You
Mhm.
know, or even have a little pasty on your nunny or something like that. You know what I mean? So stupid. But yeah, she looked great. She looked great. It was a serve, absolute serve from me. Next up, we have the angel of our dreams, Nyong Bella. I love her so much. She is. I feel like she'll make this season.
Well,
I love this girl, and it was such a great entrance. It was a
mhm.
great when she stumped her foot down and then walked out. I went, this bitch, dramatic bitch. I thought it was great. It was an absolute serve. I think she looked heavenly. I think she looked great. It matched her aura.
Mhm.
And she also brought like the real, I know, she brought the femininity into the
Oh,
workroom. She brought the femininity into the soft touch of her hand. Yeah, because I love everyone else, but there were blokes. There were pigs in wigs, and then the doll showed up, and we were given femininity. That's when you know. I loved it. What do you think of our Nong Bella?
I absolutely love her. Like
Yeah,
she is such an icon. Like,
mm,
I mean, from a start, her Meet the Queens, like it
everything.
was so iconic when she was like, "Go suck your mum." It's like
Yeah,
I love, 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 love. But I think that the entrance, she looked absolutely stunning. Like the proportions were right, it accentuated
mm,
her legs, that the hair was
mm,
incredible. And I
mm,
also liked that I feel like this season when the girls were around like the workroom table, nobody was really volleying that much. Whereas Naomi Bella like went straight up to the table and she was like, "So how are we feeling about this
Yeah,
season?
yeah,
We're
yeah.
throwing pearls and daggers." It was like I love that she kind of went in there and she kind of made the conversation. And she's such an angel. Like she
Mhm.
looks gorge. So an absolute serve from me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just think she's just heavenly. What a heavenly diva. Next up, I don't. This is so funny because before she entered, we heard the. Oh, hold on. Yeah, there we go. You froze a bit, or maybe it was me. I don't know. We heard the read all about it, and I was like, "Who is this man? Who is this man?" And then walks through the door, page three. Oh God, she loves it. I love it as well, to be fair. I think it was a great entrance look. I think it was a great entrance. I love the newspaper. She's very dramatic. I she was so it's so funny about the tits. Well, she's like Pamela Anderson, but I don't wear the tits. I went lovely. It's only on Drag Race. I've voice noted her. I went. It's only on Drag Race that I care about like the little things like the tits
Mhm.
because I've known Paige for years. I've seen her do drag. I've seen her do different outfits. She never wears a tit, never. But I'm on Drag Race. I'm like, oh, why is she not wearing tits? I'm like, what is going on? Drag Race is frying my brain. It's frying my brain to think like drag has to be a certain type of way. Um, you know, do I hope she wears a breastplate in the future? Yeah. Is she going to? Absolutely not. But that's just her. But she looks stunning. She is stunning. Everything about Paige, like much like Taris, she's wanted this and she's gonna run at it and make sure that she delivers not only excellence but does really really well. She's been posting videos and stuff, and she's been posting like outfits stuff like that. It's given very much like Taste season two when she like posts loads of stuff. I think it's great. I think Paige has always been that girl, and I think maybe she would have been casted sooner if like things had lined up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think she's always destined to be a Rue girl. You just, when the time is right, the time is right. But for me, it's a serve.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything that you've said. I also think that it's like we all know that Paige has wanted this bad. Like
Yeah,
girls that will say, "Oh, I'll audition," but like we all knew that
yeah, yeah.
Paige would have
We
lost
know.
her shit if she didn't get
Yeah.
on soon. And I think that that shows with, like you've said, like the Instagram posts, the videos that she's been doing. Like we all know that every single week that comes by, the post that she
Mm,
makes is like immaculate.
yeah.
So I absolutely loved her entrance look. But like we said, Pamela Anderson, but how can you be Pamela Anderson if you don't have the boobs? Um, but yeah, I also did find it quite funny how the entrance line was like something like "It's about damn time," which
yeah.
it might have been for her. However, I don't think the fan base has been waiting that long.
Yeah.
Um,
drag
but that is the
bell.
tea. Like
That
it's
is the
I
tea.
don't think that you can be walking in and acting like you're Cheddar Gorgeous. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
uh,
I said what I said.
T
Um,
though, to be fair, Cherry, I
I
do
mean,
get what
we've
you
been
mean. That
waiting for her. Like
yeah,
we've
yeah,
been
yeah, 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 yeah. We be wait, yeah, yeah. But like, yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. Um, she is a she. Yeah. When you compare it to
I
Cheddar,
know what you're
when you when
thinking.
when you compare it to Cheddar Gorgeous, who has been a staple and done so much and is, you know, well, you are shaking. But Paige, we love you. Your entrance look, it was a serve for us. Well done. Love you, love you, love it. Next up, we have El Voss. Very nice, nice bridal wear. I like the fact that she was like, I do RuPaul's Drag Race. I thought that was cute. 22, young. Um, and I hadn't heard of her, but that's fine. I think that's great. I love that she did do the "Have you heard of me?" and everyone went, "Yeah." Well, that's mainly because everyone's in their bloody bubble in London, but we won't talk about that. So yeah, but I thought she looked really nice. I thought she looked really cute. Everything worked. Yeah, it was like bridal wear. You know what I mean? It wasn't. Was it giving drag? No,
Yeah.
but it hit the brief yet again, and she had a theme. Can I half serve it, half swerve it? I don't know.
To me, if you're
Oh,
saying that you're half serving and half swerving, that is a swerve.
oh,
Like,
gagged. Cock it. Yeah, okay, it's a swerve for me. It's not bad, but I would just screw it. Yeah.
I completely agree, and I would also swerve it. But the only reason why I
Mm,
would swerve it is because, like we said, is was very bridal. However, she is obviously such a small girl, but it felt like everything was small. Like
yeah.
if the outfit was like a bit bigger, if it was more like
Mm,
constructed and then the hair was a bit bigger, would
yeah.
have probably had more of a drag impact. However, it just
Yeah.
it was very like very small and it wasn't like that
Yeah.
impactful. And don't get me wrong, she looked stunning. Like the face was the hair
Oh
was,
yeah.
but I think
Yeah.
it could have been bigger, like we've just said. Like I think it can be more drag. And also it's an entrance look, so you want to make that first impression instantly. And unfortunately, I think it missed the mark for me personally.
Yeah. I agree. And she's 22, so she's young. You know what I mean? Which is hilarious because online, our next one, Viola, is 22 and everyone's going, it's like she's 47. It's hilarious. I know Viola. I know her and I've seen her throughout different stages in her career. And I forget that she's so young. I really do. When she said 22, I went 22. Known this girl for, I'm trying to do the math. I've known
Yeah.
her. I've been in London 4 years. I've known her 22. She went 18. Take away the four. But I'm like, what is going 22?
Um,
Jesus Christ. But yeah, the outfit, for me, it was a swerve just because I know the drag that she does. And I think that, like, she focused on the violin a bit, and just went, this entrance will do. It's nice, it's sleek, boom, boom, boom. I've got the violin. That's just stick. But I would have liked her in something else. Like her Meet the Queens, that look was stunning.
uh-huh.
That would have made an entrance, you know what I mean? So yeah, for me, I love her, I love her, I love her as a person. She's so talented. Again, why we should have had a talent show.
Mm.
But for me, the outfit was a swerve.
Yeah, I agree. It was a swerve for me. Obviously, don't get me wrong as well. Like, I can't say what I would have wanted the look to be, but like, imagine how good it would have been if like the dress was the violin
Yeah,
and then she threw it.
yeah.
Like it was just kind of a plain dress. Which
Mm-hmm.
don't get me wrong, like we all know what her talent is, what her drag is. She's a musician. But I think if you're going to walk into Drag Race and that's going to be your brand, then make it like
Make
incorporate.
you, bro. Yeah,
But yeah, I think it was a swerve from me, unfortunately.
yeah. I agree. I agree. Yeah, you are right. She could have played with the musician. She could have played with something else. Because she's quite campy as well. So she could have had a campy, violin moment or something like that. I think it was great. Or a tiny violin or something that would have embodied the camp because she looked very serious,
Mhm.
even though she had like without the violin, she just what are you doing? And I
Love
think
as well that she like absolutely shaded Snow White trash, and she was like, "I'm the only person that can play an instrument." And I was like, "We all know that
I
Snow
was
White is
saying,
at
yeah,
home
yeah.
watching seething."
Snow White's like,
Um,
what is going on? No, yeah, literally. Paige went, have you been around everyone to actually say that? Like, right? Very that, but yeah, it's a swerve from me. Love you, V. Next up, we have Chai Chi Grande, and it was the dominatrix
mhm,
was a bit off for me.
mhm.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what threw me? It was the pasties.
Yeah.
That because it was a different shade to her skin. I was like, it's throwing me out.
I
You know what I
couldn't
mean?
understand it. Like for me at first, like she walked in and I was like, oh, it's Chai. And then I was like, is it meant to be a new delusion? Is it meant to
Yeah,
be like a different color? Like what's going on there?
yeah.
And also I didn't like the fact that the hair looked, it sounds horrible, but the hair looked thin.
Oh,
Like if as well, it felt like the ponytail should have either been non-existent or it should have been longer.
Yeah,
Um, it just, yeah, I it was a swerve for me. I'm going to be completely honest. I think that child be like fun to watch. I feel like
yeah,
she seems a little bit nervous in the first episode for me,
yeah. Of
which is like,
course.
which she has every right to. Do you know what I mean? She's literally on Drag Race. It's the first episode, but it was a swerve from me personally.
Yeah, I agree. I think if she was gonna do the leather or the bondage thing, I think she should have had a whole all black. You know what I mean? She should have black, maybe a few stones here and there, maybe stone the whip, maybe get a really long whip. You know what I mean? And like really long hair. If we're gonna go there,
Yeah.
if we're gonna go femme fatale dominatrix, let's go femme fatale dominatrix. Let's do it. You know what I mean? And especially as your entrance look. Because I understand the concept and it's there. It's just that the nipples just took me out. But maybe on the show it looked it actually in person. Maybe it looked maybe it worked. But from the TV point of view, I was like, ah, there's a different shade and it's annoying me. So yeah, much like the details, like pasty, you know what I mean? Like just them little details, just them details. But it's a swear from me, Chai, as well. Next up, we have Bonnie and Clyde. I love the name. Love the name. Very stupid. Very stupid. And I love a stupid name. And yeah, the outfit, yeah, I enjoyed. It was structured. It was meant to be for Funny Girl. Um, the musical, I liked it. It was okay.
Mm,
Yeah, you know what I mean? It was, even though it's a great outfit, it didn't give me the ooh, ooh, ooh. I think because you would have to think that she'd have to be a bit more cunty, but she is really light and fluffy, but she's in this structured outfit that is, she's meant to be the boss, the CEO. The outfit is giving that, but her personality is giving the assistant, the fun little assistant. So it's yeah, I don't know. I think the outfit is great, but I don't know if it suits her, if that makes sense.
yeah,
And I think that she's going to have lots of good structured outfits throughout the run.
yeah,
But yeah, I enjoyed it. For me, it's a serve because it is a serve, but I wasn't gagged.
yeah. I completely agree. I think obviously living in Manchester now,
Mm,
or Bonnie, and
yeah.
I think that not Noah personally, but I obviously have seen Bonnie, and I also think that it didn't really feel like Bonnie to me. And it's like you said there, like it felt for me personally like the outfit was wearing her and she wasn't wearing
Mm,
the outfit. And it did feel like don't get me wrong, I love the look. Like I love obviously the big structured piece and the mirror, like it was fab. But I do
mm,
think that it wore her. And I think that it also like it just did not encapsulate her brand like at all. But it was obviously an absolute serve for me. I love the look. She looked
yeah.
incredible. The face was like untouchable. But I think, like we say, I'd like to see a little bit more kind of what we know Bonnie for, which I don't think is like custom couture, yes, mama, slay the house down boots, cunty every single week.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a serve from me.
I agree. She could surprise us. She could surprise us in the
Hmm?
coming weeks. And next up, we have our last entrance look. It is herself, the mother, the Soho queen, the boho witch, whatever she wants to call herself. I call her Big Bobblehead Bones. It is Bones. Oh, my sister. And obviously, she's a very dramatic girl. So she had to have a lovely reveal in the middle of her walkthrough, which I love. I love the mask and the big jacket. It's giving very Scarecrow from Batman. It was giving very witchy cult vibes, which I love. And then when she took it all off and she had that lovely reveal into this lovely structured two-piece outfit, lovely slick back hair, very Bones' brand, very lovely. I think she looked stunning. She looks stunning, and I hate to say it. I do love my sister. She is very talented, and I think she's gonna have. I think she's gonna walk the competition. I think she's gonna be great. I think comedy challenges she'll nail. Acting challenges she'll nail. I think the runway she's absolutely gonna devour. I think there's a lot that is in her wheelhouse. She does look like a bitch, but she isn't scared to be fun. And I
Mm.
think that's what I love about Bones. And I think that's what can be misconstrued a lot about Bones. People go, oh, she looks like she's a bitch. Well, yeah, she does look like a bitch because she paints that way on purpose, but she is actually lovely. And she is really nice. I think a lot of the girls of London, the
The girl.
girls,
I love the
the
girls.
girls, um, they all do come across like they're all bitches, but they're actually so lovely. They're so nice. Like I love Crystal. Everyone's like Crystal, and I'm like, she's actually really funny. She's a funny girl.
I
Maybe
love,
that's just me.
love, love the delusion of the girls.
Oh yeah, I love it. That's drag though.
Like that's the thing, and it's like the podcasts and stuff when they're just like nobody can be us, nobody will.
No,
Like I live like
I
more
thought it
for
was
that.
yeah, it was hilarious, and it was just so funny. Like it was, but what was I wrote something down. Like it was like Bones being like the Queen, calling us the Queen of London, and and I was like, she later on said it was given to me, and I went, I don't know if it was given to you, sister. But it's funny, it's interesting, and she said she added the heavenly in there. So it's about
Uh-huh.
to be heavenly. I went, here's a nod, darling. Here we go. Um, so yeah, I really enjoyed Bones. I think it was a great look. It was a great starter look. I think it was a nice little starter. No, 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 no. It makes you want it more. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I can't wait for the next course, and then the next course. You know what I mean? So it was very nice. It was a serve from me, sister.
Absolutely. The look was literally incredible. And also, like recently touched on with kind of Bonnie, I think that Bones went in with her brand, which
Yeah,
is perfect. But obviously it was also like elevated, which with Bones, we actually can't really get much more elevated. Like we all know that she is a look queen, but also as
wow,
you said, you look at Bones sometimes and think, can she only turn a look? And it's like, no, like she can do so much more
so
than turn.
much more. Yeah,
It's like you say, people would look at Buns and think that she's an absolute bitch. Trust me, she's not.
yeah, she's lovely.
It's such a good chat. But yeah, absolutely loved it. Absolute serve from me.
Yeah, I agree. Brilliant. And those were the entrance looks, darlings. You all smashed it. More serves in there than swerves, which is great.
Yep.
And you know what? I would have loved to be there to see everyone's reaction. Like at least like Taris and whoever entered first. What's her name? You can tell I'm hungover. Yeah, Catherine. You can tell them I'm like, who's the first one? Oh, who's that one again? To see everybody's like poses and actually the full thing rather than the edited thing. Now let's get on to the mini challenge. Oh God. Oh, the mini challenge from hell. Listen, what I will say is, oh God, RuPaul, please, please.
You
What
wish.
I will, please, RuPaul. What I will say is the majority of the looks for the mini challenge were great. Like I really, really enjoyed the majority of them. And then the only ones that wasn't keen on, because it's easy to say than go through all of them, was Chai's. I thought I understand it's like caramel latte.
Yeah.
It didn't look like it was fitting right. It didn't look like it was made particularly well. I was like, there could be a lot more happening here. Um, Obviously, Pasty's look, oh, diabolical. The wig was terrible.
Diabolical.
It was diabolical. But I asked her about it, and I was like, sister, because on the show they didn't explain it,
Hmm.
but she was like, they cut it out. So it was meant to be like from the film Psycho, he goes to the shower, and then she's looking all discombobulated and whatnot. And I get it, but because they didn't really put it in there, I was like, are you meant to be a tampon? Like I thought it read as a tampon. It did. The blood. And I was like, then I saw the shower curtain bits. I went, okay, so I guess not. Yeah, it was just I get what she wanted. It just didn't get there in the end.
Hmm.
This might be controversial, but I wasn't gagged over Sally's. Um,
Me neither, personally.
it looked like wrapping paper. It looked like wrapping paper. And then she just put a mask on, and it was giving very. If you get on Drag Race, you have to do a piece that inspired by either like Lee Bowery or somebody who's like really artsy. Um, but it wasn't. It wasn't great for me. Those are my only three that I didn't really like. Um,
I agree there. I also think with Sally's look, I think like a face kini can be an absolute gag, but I also
yeah.
think because like every single thing
All right.
was that fabric, there was no
Yeah.
like there was nothing that was like a standout. Like it was just
Exactly.
all very one block.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's like there wasn't any like her first outfit had like it had different patterns, it had layers, it had something to like catch your eye. With this one, it was just like wrapping paper. It was straight all around. Um,
Can we take a moment to
mm,
speak about Selexa's look, which
brother,
she made that like
brother,
I literally don't understand. And she posted it on Instagram, and it was like the process of obviously when before she went, and she was
brother.
literally like saying that she was like cutting her hands by like hand beading things, like
Jesus Christ.
it.
Honestly, stunning. Like this outfit, everything works. It's conceptual. It looks great. It, you know what? It's just a standout piece. I just know that the girls were gagging
Oh, hmm.
when she was putting this on in the wet. They were gagging, bitch. I'd have gone over there and I'd have slapped her in the face and said, "Don't you ever look this good again." I was, and this is just a challenge, just a little itty bitty, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like, don't you ever look so stunning in my presence again. I'd have slapped her and then burnt her fucking outfits there and then. I want to win, bitch. But she looked great. I really enjoyed it. I also loved Taris's look,
Uh-huh.
even though the interview, which we'll get onto, was a little bit hodgepodge. The look itself was stunning. The look itself was stunning, and also give it up for Bones as well. I really like Bones's daggers to the face. That was phenomenal. That could have been on a runway. That could have been a finale runway, and I'd be gagged. You know what I mean?
Like Malon
Like,
fashion, you know if it's
yeah,
tomorrow, it's
you
gonna be
know it's going to
beautiful.
be fashion.
Uh-huh.
You know it's going to be fashion. I right. Can we discuss the Marie Antoinette? Why Michelle? Just hey, I just Michelle, let the people live. Let them just have it. Because she looked great.
She
You know
looked
what I mean?
unreal.
Young
Yeah.
Bella looked great in it. And she looked stunning. Let her let Marie Antoinette go. Just let it go, Michelle. Let it go. Um,
Did you see Marmalade's tweet where it was like
why
crime
am I in it?
in DNA museum? I was like,
Yeah.
you hold
Gag.
on to that, babes. You hold on to that. But that is a big flex. Like,
Yeah. No, it is.
but,
Yeah, absolutely.
but
Absolutely. This is what I mean. So the whole world doesn't care about Marie Antoinette, but Michelle will put you in the bottom if she sees it. Crazy madness. Um, but yeah, let's discuss the challenge. The challenge. So, girl, what a it's a wrap.
yeah.
It was I feel that Rue brought the American girls back just so he could have a laugh.
Oh,
Just so he could have a laugh.
for a start, it was obviously filmed directly after DragCon. Now,
Yeah.
the girls went from DragCon to the studio. Um, and obviously, Plain Plain was still drunk, I think, from DragCon. Rock, rocked up and just started reading people and making them mess up.
Yeah.
I did see a really good tweet. And the tweet said like when season 5 had the girls back when they did like the runway, they were there as a segment, but at the
Yeah,
same time, they actually let the season five girls shine and like
yeah,
have their moment. Where this time it felt like, in a way, they were there to hinder them.
yeah,
Um, I think for certain girls in particular, like Love Plane, she's absolutely hilarious. See her tonight, literally at heaven.
yeah.
At
Love.
the same time, I do feel like the girls that ended up with Plane. Like it just seemed like riggery to me. Like it was like if you want to put a girl with Plane, fair enough, but then you're going to put someone with iconic and hilarious as Angeria. Like,
Yeah.
so it was obviously a little bit kind of like to and fro in with like Tyrese and no, why do I keep saying Tyrese? Tim
Tyrus.
and Plane. I sat there and I was like, get her off screen now because it's getting worse and worse by the
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. It was, it just felt like it was an improv challenge, and you have to think of something funny to say quickly. You know what I mean? It's like, do this interview. It's not just like an interview with somebody, like you said, just going, here you go. It's they're saying stuff, which is making the judges laugh. And then when you say something, it's a dud. And so obviously that gets into your head and you go and you get flustered or you're like, oh, no, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because you're going, I'm not making the judges laugh, but these drag acts who have done drag race multiple times know how the game works. And this is season seven's first day. You know what I mean? So yeah, I thought the challenge was ridiculous. I thought it was a terrible first challenge. I really think they should have done a talent show because I don't understand how with this cast you could have thought let's do something different. Taris is a singer. We've got Viola who plays the violin and sings. You've got Paisley, who's an iconic dancer. You've got so many talents. Bones will pull out something.
Yeah.
Chai T's a great performer. Bonnie. I would love to see what El Boss does. Do you know what I mean? I would love to see the girls in their element. And you're sitting there and you're telling me you're just going to have them talking. Come on now. Come on. This
Yeah.
is ridiculous. And obviously, the challenges are so prominent that obviously they take the challenges into consideration more than they do the runways, which has also got some heat online, lest we forget. So yeah, I just think that a talent show would have been better for these girls in this capacity because they are all very different but great performers. Yeah.
Also, when you lean back a tiny bit more, it looks like you've got a bionic eye, but with your ring light, it's making me die. No, completely agree. I also think that like they're paying for it now. Like I said at the start of the app, I think they're like the fans don't really want to see an entrance look, bam, into another look challenge, bam, into a runway. It's like it's overbearing. And I also think that that really throws the fan base off with being like, who is a standout look of the week? Because someone might have a killer entrance look with a weaker main challenge look and then a
Mhm.
mid runway. Like
Yeah.
it's so messy. I also think that the Brit Gala challenge might have stood out more like
Mhm.
mid-season where it was like we don't have to have half an hour of entrances as well.
Yeah.
I think that it could have been like a real good standout challenge like halfway through the season maybe or like they could have even incorporated it into a ball like where it's like the ball is for like you're crafting a look for the Brit Gala.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't like it as the first episode. It just felt like
Yeah.
it was really kind of messy.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. I hope that they never do this challenge again. Never ever do this challenge again because it was diabolical. And I feel sorry for the girls. You know what I mean? Like they have so much to show, and they really weren't. They really weren't shown.
Must have been also like exhausted going in there on day like imagine getting to Drag Race day one and you think like oh we're gonna have a cute little mini challenge then we're gonna get to like,
Mm,
stereotypically our like hometown runway and then like our best drag or whatever and then you're getting there and it's like right you need to do an entrance look and then you need to do this challenge where I'm
yeah, just
down by playing Jane who's steaming like mess.
very that, very that. But to the things that we do love, it's a runway. It is a runway. Da, 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 da. Yeah, hometown looks. Now, where shall we begin? Who should we begin with?
Not Nagamella.
Yeah,
Like,
we will talk about Nia and Bella's look. We'll start with big bobblehead bones. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it.
mhm.
Loved it. And this is what I'm most excited about Bones for because I know what Bones does well, but this is just everything is just elevated. Everything just works. She
So,
looks
so
stunning. The textures were great, the shapes, everything just worked. The long braids, the hats, and like it just everything was a combination of the hometown and Bones's fashion, or like iron of the detail or what she wanted. You know what I mean?
mhm.
And the designer really, knocked it out of the park because this look for the first episode and first out on the runway, I'd be scared. If I was other girls, I'd go, ooh, gag, clock it. So for me, it was an absolute undeniable serve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
completely agree. I also think it's like something that I could imagine like a performer like Doechii wearing. Like it was
yeah,
that polished. I thought I'm not gonna lie, when Bones first got cast, I was a bit like, I'm really hesitant to how Bones is gonna kind of like present her runways because we all knew
yeah,
that the looks were gonna be like immaculate. Like we knew that
yeah,
the concepts that Bones have would be so great that I think that she'd be a little bit kind of like not uncomfortable, but a little bit kind of shy in the runway that they were going to like hit right. But she literally made the look work so much better as
yeah,
well. Like
yeah,
obviously the mannerisms and stuff. But yeah, completely agree. The look was like a solid 10/10. She looked fab. Absolute serve from me.
yeah, absolutely serve. Next up, we have Catherine Feelings. I enjoyed the look. I thought it was okay. I thought, it looks great from head to toe. Everything is in the position it needs to be. Everything looks great. I don't know much about Wales or, the valleys and stuff like that, but I was getting Amish, but that's just me. I'm an uncultured swine. So, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it worked, moved well. The patterns were lovely. The big top hat, it worked for me. It was a serve for me. I really enjoyed this look. What do you think, Babes?
I absolutely agree. I think it's also like if you're going to do a hometown look, it doesn't necessarily always need to be like scream like exactly where you're from. Like
Yeah,
love honorable mention to like something wrong when she literally came out as the Birmingham Bull,
yeah,
in the bull ring. But I also think that this was done in like such a nice way. Like she still looked absolutely unreal. I absolutely loved it. I thought, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like the most kind of fashion forward kind of editorial look out of everyone, but
yeah.
I still definitely thought that it was a serve. I thought that she looked great.
Absolutely, I agree. Next up, we have Nyong Bella. Now, listen, I want to know what happened. Did her outfit get destroyed backstage? Was there a malfunction? Did she have to whip something up? Did somebody have to whip something up for her? Because there's absolutely, categorically, no way that this girl went from an entrance look to the Marie Antoinette, and then this was the runway. There's something's happened. There's shenanigans happening behind the scenes. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, and by next week, I will come on here and I'll tell you what's going on because that outfit was diabolical in ways like I know Drag Race has had some bad outfits in the past, but the doll, our cutesy little doll, should not be wearing that.
Yeah.
And I know that she knows it as well, but you just have to do it. You know what I mean? It
Mhm.
gets to a point where you're on national and you go, I just have to do it. I
Yeah.
just have to play ball because it was Big Ben. Big Ben. First of all, why Big Ben? I think many people have a hard time doing things from London, and I think that's what it is. Like over the seasons, we've had so many people get London and like it just fall flat on its head. Wasn't somebody like the tube line once or something? Did I just make that? Do you know what I mean? Was someone that's I
I
remember.
think it had Vinegar Strokes when she had the river, and it was
Give me the axe, Vivian, please. Diabolical, diabolical.
that
I
was
think people,
something.
I think people have a hard time finding London to do. Bear in mind, all the other queens, the majority of the queens are from London,
Mhm.
but you know they ship them around everywhere. Bones went Greater Manchester. I went, darling, she's from Soho. She makes her own personality. Let's hear in Manchester at all. Um, but yeah, for me, it was a swerve, darling. It was a swerve. It was the biggest swerve. I'd walked in a walkout. I need to know what happened, why she wore this, and I will find out. I will find out what happened. What did you think?
I completely agree with you as well. It seems to me a little bit sus how if you get the category list and on
Yeah,
that category list there's hometown queen or hometown
yeah,
is, you know that that is primarily episode one where you're
yeah,
on the runway with the judges.
yeah,
So it's very strange how it went from, like you say, up here to all the way down here in
yeah,
one episode, which I think that's obviously why everyone's a bit like, what the hell is going on here?
yeah,
Um, but yeah, the look, it's like you said, did it get damaged? Like, did someone, like, was it squashed in her suitcase? Or
yeah.
was it
Did it
like,
get?
did somebody like trash it? Like, what on earth happened? Like,
Yeah,
I don't, it's like you just said that, and I don't think that in her mind, she would have walked out in that.
yeah,
Um, I think that there was some shindigs that we didn't get to see. Yeah, it was a hot mess.
yeah, yeah. It was, and I'm just like, right.
Mhm.
And it's a shame. It's a shame because she did, you know, because I feel like she has outfits. You're not gonna have a Marie Antoinette big outfit and then just have a little Big Ben tube, like make it look like it was made on a design challenge.
Yeah, that's what it was
You know
given.
what I mean? You know what I mean? Um, who've we got? Who've we got next? Shall we talk about Tayrus's outfit? Because I really liked the puffer look. I did like it a lot. I thought it was great. I thought it worked.
However,
However, it has nothing to do with Brighton, really. It's killing me. She said on her live, I nipped into one of her lives only briefly, and she went, "Oh, RuPaul doesn't know much about Brighton anyway, so I could just do what I want." And once I went, "Girl, come on,
not the
come
point of this
on."
show. That could have been from like anywhere. Like,
It could have been there are pufferfish in every aquarium up and down the country, not just in Brighton.
no.
Jesus Christ. She looked great. It was a great, strong look, and I loved it. It was a serve for me 100%. But, girl, not on theme.
No.
And then with the shenanigans of the or main challenge or whatever, things were looking down. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
She was close to going home, you know? So, yeah, for me, it was a serve, but had nothing to do with the challenge.
Yeah, that's what I completely agree with. I also think like the look actually is a serve. Like it was stunning.
Yeah,
However, if you're actually putting the look with the actual category, it is an absolute swerve because it didn't have any correlation. But I think that she did look absolutely stunning. I think that as well in her mindset, it was probably right. Joe went home, Anubis went home. Um, and then well, I won't even get into what she said about Pixie on the episode. But I think that she said Brighton, but she also said, I'm going to have to do something that's so different to what's already been done.
yeah,
That it was like, it just didn't hit at all.
yeah,
But the look was stunning, so it's a
yeah,
serve.
yeah. I agree. Um, onto somebody else who I feel the challenge they didn't really hit up to. It was Sally TM. She dressed as a Metro, the Metro. You know, there are Metro lines, in other cities, Manchester, Birmingham.
Um, mm, mm,
There,
mm.
there are so many different Metro lines up and down the nation. And then she went, Metro line is what I'm going to bring. Bear in mind, she's like one of the first queens from South Shields. You could have, I don't know if there's a lot that you can do, but you can think of something
Yeah.
or do something from Newcastle. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, I was like, Sally, it was made, the garment will look beautiful. The yellow and black, I loved it. Very beehive, lovely. But again, the challenge, I went the Metro, the Metro. That's like me doing Avanti services, train services, because it comes into Birmingham.
Not the
Give
Avanti.
over. So yeah, serve for me, but swerve for the challenge.
Yeah, I agree. I think with this look as well, like it felt like it started up with here with Sally at the start of the episode,
Mm-hmm.
and then it went to like a mid, and then it was like it didn't really do anything for me personally.
No.
Um, I think that don't get me wrong, like the look, she styled everything perfectly. Uh,
Mm-mm.
I just think that it was a swerve for me. It didn't
Yeah.
really do much. It was
I'm not. Yeah.
this sort of look, but it's like you say, if you actually look at the challenge and what it is, like she could have done Cheryl, like Cheryl
Yeah.
Cole, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like she's from
Yeah.
South Korea. She could have done like Jade from Little Mix. There's so much like she could have, if you don't want to do something that's Newcastle, do anything but a bloody Metro girl. Like, come on. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Very that.
yeah, you're
Very that.
someone like doing a tube who's from, I mean, well, you've got Vinegar Strokes doing the River Thames.
Yeah, with attempts. God, that unlocked core memories of scaredness. Next up we have Pet Pasty, my patisserie, and it's a swerve for me. I thought, looking at this, if she had that umbrella, didn't she? That
Hmm.
umbrella thing. I think it was been like a headpiece, and she was like covered,
Yeah.
and it was like a gown, and then she would have this headpiece going on this structured moment. It could have looked really good, but for me, it it was a dress. It was a dress that yeah, 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 it's a chop for me. It
It
was
seemed unfinished. Like it,
un unfinished. There we go.
like
There we go.
yeah, there was like too
Unfinished.
much going on, but also nothing going
Yeah,
on.
not enough going
Like,
on. Yeah, I know, yeah, because what's happening? There's enough going on in the wrong places.
uh-huh.
Yeah, and it should have there should have been different things to it. Yeah, it was a swerve for me. Absolutely. I love my sister. That's why I said like her entrance look was the strongest look that she had.
Yep.
Yeah. Even the wig, I think, even if you had a bigger wig, you know what I mean? Something like bushy or bring, just something.
Do
It
something,
wasn't great.
Charlie.
Yeah. Yeah. Do something, darling, please. Next up, we have the one that people are talking about the most, Elvos. Online, everyone is like, "What the hell is this?" Now, I've never been to this Titanic place, so I don't know. So maybe it is really factually true.
Yeah.
Drag her, Ryan. Share your thoughts
I
and opinions.
love Titanic. All right.
Yeah,
Titanic is actually my favorite film.
yeah,
How no matter if you're doing the Titanic Museum or
yeah.
whatever, I did not get that. Like it I actually both I hated this look.
Wow, wow.
And
You're on the side of the haters.
I mean that's a lot. I mean the word hate like but like I just didn't like it like at
Yeah,
all. And for it to win like over like the likes of Bones, over the likes of Selecta, it's like really?
I do get that. I do get that. She did come as the whole. of the Titanic. It was very. And I think also like many people may not have got the references. You know what I mean? And also when you don't get the references and it's not spelled out to you as clearly as some of the others, then you're like, what the hell is all this about? Um, so yeah, but I thought like the hair was great. I thought that like I think what it was just because the clonky thing was so clunky and her arms are out here. It was a bit like right.
Mhm.
Um, but I the hair was great. I thought maybe if they had something underneath and
Yeah.
she ripped that off and or it was like structured in a way
It
that
didn't
could have
let
been
off.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, structured in a way that could have been really striking, and she could have freed her arms up a bit. Maybe that could have worked, something like that. I think that would have worked. I think maybe because it just looked a bit clunky, and she's so dainty and small in it. Um, that's why people were like, "What the hell is going on here?" But it's a swerve for me because I would have put my arms in it.
Yeah, we did something.
It's a swerve. It's a swerve from me. Next up, we have Bonnie and Clyde came as the priest, the Catholic priest. Okay. Well, there we are. It wasn't anything memorable.
There's not anything to really say,
Not
personally.
really saying much about her. I know her hometown and stuff, but
Yeah.
okay, you know, at
It's like
least
I said before as well, like we know who Bonnie is, but this,
yeah.
like, yes, Queen of your hometown, but like it just fell off for her. Like,
Yeah. At least like when Charity did Dairy Girls, that was some personality, some oomph in there. You know what I mean? You got it instantly. It was great fun, and it was a laugh, and it matched her brand
yeah.
of silly, tacky fun. Um, but with Bonnie's, it was just okay. She looked great. The outfit was structured great. You can't take that away from her. Um, the snake I'd swerve it because I'm just like it's not doing anything for me. But outside of it, looks like a great dress. Everything works and fits well. But I'm not. I don't know any more about Bonnie than I did at the start of the episode. You know what I mean?
That is completely what I was thinking. Like it doesn't give me anything about her or
Yeah,
like with Queen of Your Hometown, like it's obviously based on the place, it's not based on you, but like you can still give people like a flair of who you are. It's
yeah,
like Bones was obviously like Lincolnshire, or was it Lancashire? Lancashire, one of the two. But
something like that. If
still
you meld the two together, yeah,
got Bones from it. I sound so biased. But yeah, like you still kind of get someone's brand from their look.
yeah, I get that. So yeah, swerves all round. I'm going to be very surprising. Next on Selexia, I wasn't a fan of it, and I know, and I think the gravy hair should have been bigger. I feel like if you're going to come out the runway and do gravy, it needs to be camp. I'm sorry, it needs to be camp. And what it needs to happen is she needed a Yorkshire pudding. She needed to be wrapped in a material like a Yorkshire pudding, like pasty was,
Mhm.
and then she got the gravy, the big gravy hat, and then she reveals into the gravy that's dripping down. That is camp, and I think that's what it needed because being gravy is stupid. It's stupid, but I need some camp in there. And Selexia is thinking about the look and the structure and the look. But she is a camp girl, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But I just think the revealing of the tits, which we already knew were there, with a little bit of gravy on it, wasn't doing it. I think the whole thing should have been a big. She's dressed in a massive Yorkshire pudding. That would have been camp. And then you go, why is there gravy? And then inside is she's gravy. That's camp as tits.
Yeah.
So I'd swerve it because it's not camp enough.
Gagged,
Gag man.
gag. I will serve it. I like it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
However, I do think that if there was no backstory and she walked the runway and it was just like your best
Mm.
drag, I'd just go, oh, stunning. Like it's kind of like a brown gown. I wouldn't get gravy.
Yeah,
And that probably comes into what you're saying, like make it more camp or like have something
yeah,
you can kind of see that it's the drip of the gravy rather than like
yeah. Well,
just a
yeah, because the hair pick, there's a gravy thing, but it's so small,
yeah.
you really didn't pick up on it. So that's why I'm like, it needed to be. She needed, instead of having the gravy as a hair, have a hair headpiece that sticks out. You know what I
Or
mean?
have like
Rather than
a pot or something or like a pot.
yeah, yeah. This is what I mean. Yeah, gravy pot. Yeah, that's what I mean. Of a headpiece that makes you go, this is gravy.
Yeah, completely agree. I
Yeah,
would still serve it. I think it was a good.
yeah. Oh yeah, of course, naturally. Next up we have Viola ribbons, ribbons, ribbons. I've never known somebody make something so boring and make more boring. Ribbons are boring, but then make it more boring. I was like, okay, girl, okay. Um, yeah, I like the structure, and I like the fact that it looked like it was hard to make.
Yeah, I think
It's not
with
doing anything for me.
yeah, with that, I think it's do you know when somebody like has like a fabric or a material and then they'll say,
Mm,
okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this like huge conceptual look, but then they go from
mm,
having like a vision in their mind to something that
yeah,
doesn't wearable. That's what it felt for me. Like it looked like they tried so hard that they'd tried to make it look like it was more of a sculpture, and then it lost like
yeah,
it lost the shape and like what it was probably meant to be in the first place. But I can't
yeah.
obviously I don't know what she was aiming to make, but it felt just very off for me. It was a serve from me. Not serve, a swerve. Sorry. Passed
So
it
I
on.
was gonna say, I was like, are you okay? Next up we have Chai Tea Grande, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I wasn't a massive fan. I know what she was trying to do, but what's funny is she was talking about cultural identity, but not the hometown.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, okay. The theme was the hometown, not the cultural identity.
Yeah. There was a like
But she was like, "I'm blend. I'm best of both worlds." I'm like, "Great, I love it. I love it. Stand out, brilliant." But where you from? Exactly. You know what I mean? You still haven't represented that in its whole. So it's definitely a swerve from me. Definitely a swerve.
I think it was a swerve as well. If I'm actually honest, like I can't really remember like seeing it on the runway.
See, exactly. This is what I mean.
And I also think if it's like you say, if you're saying like it's about like cultural identity or like it's about heritage, like you need to make it obviously have like a wow factor.
Mm,
It was like when we've had loads of queens that have kind of spoke about where they're coming from, and also like really incorporate it into the look, like go big or go home
yeah,
and have it like really incorporated into the look. But I think that it didn't really wow
yeah.
me.
Because she said like the UK. I'm like, yeah, I get it. We're on UK's Drag Race. Every person doing a hometown is a place in the UK.
Uh-huh.
What's your hometown look, Coral? Give me the look. But last but not least, I'm going to be controversial. Page 3, it was a swerve from me. I was just like, okay, wow, okay.
She went to literal Snappy Snap and got like something printed like on her like boot covers and a hat and went, "Yep, that's all right. That I'll 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 just get the rest from like Zara down road. Like love you,
That rule.
Paige. Love you
Yeah,
down. We know how talented
yeah,
you
of
are. Let's
course.
look at the Brit Gala look and then let's look at what." she presented on.
Uh, yeah, 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 yeah,
What like it blew my mind, and I was like,
yeah,
like half of me was saying like, do you know what, like kind of fierce, like sure way off from, but then the other half
yeah,
was like, why have you just printed a photo and then
yeah,
gone?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Here's
yeah,
where I'm
yeah.
from. Like
You don't need a photo of what's going on. Yeah,
it was an absolute swerve from me. Yeah,
yeah,
that was
I
also
agree.
like, what? Don't get me wrong, she probably was the winner of the Brit Gala. Like the
Yeah,
replies were funny, the look was immaculate. Like she
yeah,
looked real. Um, whereas like it's like you said at the start, how much percentage actually is the runway? Because
yeah,
realistically, page on the runway, there wouldn't be that many points there because it
exactly.
wasn't all everything. Um, but yeah, lovely gal, means well.
Lovely gal. Love the picture. Can't wait to see it on Google Maps. Okay, so those are the runways. Then we have the judges. Obviously, the judges' critique. Wild, wild,
Yeah.
because
It did
the
not
top
make sense.
it didn't make sense. The top being um Catherine, Paige, and Elle were the top, which is they were great, but Bones being safe,
Uh-huh.
wild, absolutely crazy. Um, and I thought Tyrese, Young Bella, Pasty being in the bottom. I think Tyrese shouldn't have been in the bottom personally. I think maybe Chai or Viola could have taken that spot. Um, but her interview, because again, it's the interviews. Tyrese has crashed and burnt like nobody's business. So it obviously is about the interviews more than it is about the runway. So it is about the challenges, um, which is crazy, which is crazy to me. And the fact that they made them all stand on stage and watch the critique as well, wild, wild. They're changing that up. Um, yeah, I think I'm sure you agree that we just think that's crazy.
Yeah.
Which leads us to the whole. What do you think about the whole moo thing, the cow thing? I just another gimmick.
I don't understand why like production would bring in a twist for them
Yeah,
the twist to just instantly be used. Like if you're gonna bring in a twist for like Drag Race UK, like we've never really had like a twist on UK. So essentially it should have either been like a whole season thing, like they're doing Canada with like the Beaver, where it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
it should be like the top two lip syncing and then saving someone from the bottom, or they shouldn't have just had it at all because it felt like it was just like there and it was over. And it was also like just on a screen and then the name rolled around and it was like I
yeah,
didn't do anything for me. It didn't feel like a wow factor. It was even like when the recent season of the US did like the Badonkadonk Tang, where like
yeah.
that felt like it was like part of the season, like and I really
Mm,
remember that. Whereas this, I'm just like, oh yeah, it was just like it seemed like riggery as well, and it was also like, oh, they just wanted like why don't they just say no one's going home this episode rather than having like a
yeah,
that clearly wasn't a twist.
exactly, exactly. It's just a fill time in it, just a fill time. Um, the lip sync, the lip sync. Now, as much as I didn't want Terrace in the bottom, I think the lip sync would have been
Uh-huh.
elevated with Terrace in the bottom, um, because I was worried about Pasty because I thought a shoe came off. I thought the wig was going to come off. It was a lot. It was a lot. There was a lot going on. I know this wasn't in Nine Bella's wheelhouse at all. At all. I don't know if she listened to the track. To be fair, um, yeah, the lip sync was. It
Slot.
happened.
Yeah.
It happened, and it was there, and we saw it happen.
Yeah. But the thing is,
Yeah,
we're going to have this lucky cow twist, and you know realistically that there's no girls going home. Put
yeah.
put Tyrese and Paige in the
In the
bottom.
bottom, then.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Like it's Von Dutch. Like give
yeah,
us something. Like if you're gonna at least produce something, at least produce it in a way that the viewers are gonna gag. Like it's a first
yeah,
episode.
yeah,
Like don't go like oh, this is it. We're gonna have probably one of the most iconic songs of the last year. And then
Yeah.
go, oh yeah, you can both stay then. When let's be real, the lip sync was probably one of the worst lip syncs that we've ever seen on Drag Race UK. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Gothic Kendall's cheering somewhere.
Thought they would have done more than that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Maybe, maybe,
not so much,
maybe.
not so much, sister.
Not too much. They're not on Gothic. Um, so yeah, so basically nobody went home. Technically, Patsy went home. Patsy went home. Um, but yeah, she was saved by the cow, and she gets to move on to the next stage. I found that so hilariously cheesy. I cackled. That was such a dad joke. Um, from the runway, what was your top serve and your biggest swerve?
Oh, I would say in terms of the runway looks, my top swerve was Night on Mellow. Like
Yeah, same, same.
down. Um,
Sister, I love you so much, but it's a swerve. Yeah.
yeah. And then top serve, it has to go to Bones. It has to.
Big
Um,
bobblehead bones. Yeah, she did. She did the damn thing. It
yeah.
looked great. It that is a great outfit.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, my the doll. I hate swerving the dolls, but yeah, we have to. And yeah, Bones really took it that episode. I think Bones looked for the first episode were chef's kiss all round. You know, she didn't miss a beat, which is great. You know, and she's not making herself out to be this great fashion designer thing. You know what I mean? Like some of
Yeah.
the girls are. She's just showing up, doing her thing, and going home. So next
Exactly.
week, exactly. Next week we have a sewing challenge, episode 2, and there are tears in the workroom as per usual. This is going to be chaos. Who do we think is going to shine? Who do you think is going to swerve, and who do you think is going to swerve this challenge?
I mean, let's be real. We know for a fine fact that in terms of serve, it is gonna go to Selecta. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
mom. I
yeah,
think Bones will do well.
yeah,
I'm intrigued to actually see what Bones does.
yeah.
Considering I think that Bones' aesthetic is very kind of niche to her.
Mm-hmm,
So I think
mm-hmm.
being handed a bunch of materials that might not go for you, I'm very intrigued
Yeah,
how that goes. Viola, obviously, in the teaser, looks like she's having an absolute mentee bee.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
not so
Having
good.
a man.
Um, I don't want it to happen, but I think Nayan Bella is going to struggle. However,
Yeah,
I think that it'll make iconic TV because whatever she walks down the runway, it's just going to be fab. Yeah, can't really think of
yeah,
who to go for
yeah.
it, but that's who I go for.
Yeah, I think selection is going to knock it out of the park. I'm going to live for. I'm going to be interested to see what page 3 does. I don't
Uh-huh.
think I've ever seen a needle in her life, so this will be interesting. The fashion girls definitely who know how to buy fashion. You know, can they make fashion? Um, I really hope Pasty does well in this challenge. I don't know if she can sew or not,
Mhm.
and I don't know what she's gonna bring out, but I hope she's not on the bottom again. Because I just want to see some of her outfits. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. There will be tears, there will be fights. I think everyone's going to be stressed. Everyone's going to be stressed. Um, so there's going to be some fireworks, and I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Yeah, I love it. Do we have
Are you
any?
rooting for
Who am I rooting for? What to
only
win the
one?
episode?
Only
What
one.
to win? To win?
Yep.
Um,
You're gonna get
yeah,
told.
yeah. No. I think my money is on Bones. I think this first episode out the gate. I just think if she is she gonna stumble at some of the acting challenges? Is she gonna stumble at Snatch Game? Is she? And those are gonna be the moments where she's gonna have to pick herself up because stuff like the snatch game and stuff. It's not just an acting challenge. You
Yeah.
have to make Rue laugh, and like, can she make Rue laugh? She didn't really make anyone laugh in this, little section. So yeah, it was interesting, but I think she'll be good to the top. I think selection will be great to the top as well. I think she's got some good stuff going on, and I just hope a comedy queen does well. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I hope one of the campy girls does well, but we will see. It's a long season, a lot of challenges. I
Yeah.
hope Terrace does well. We shall see. What about you, darling? Who do you think's gonna knock it out the park?
Like you said, I think Bones is already kind of come out of
Yeah.
swinging off whatever the phrase is.
Mm,
I think Selecta, like if we're judging on kind of performances, I think knowing Selecta absolutely hilarious. Like the acting challenges, I also feel like it's gonna low-key give Bagger-esque. Like even if she
yeah.
fails the acting challenge, Rue will still die because she'll just be being an absolute bastard the whole time.
Yeah.
Um, I also, like you said, I do think a comedy queen would be quite nice to have in the top. Um,
Yeah.
but it does feel like, especially with the start of this season, they're going to focus a lot on looks this season. I feel that's what's going to happen. But it would be nice to definitely see kind of a comedy queen in the top.
Yeah, I agree. But I think it'll be a good season.
Uh-huh.
We'll see if it compares to season six, even though we should compare our sisters. But I will. So yeah, great first episode, babes. Well, I mean, great first episode. It was a talkative one. It's
Uh-huh.
one that will be remembered for certain reasons. Uh, in the next few years, darling, I think so. But then again, season seven in the US was very controversial when it first came out. A lot of people were talking about it. So I
Uh-huh.
guess the UK are just following suit, aren't we? So yeah, have you got any final words to say on our first episode back after 5 years
It's,
on the?
it's mad, and it's like I said at the start. I said seven when actually it's only five, I think. But so much has changed. I've seen you quite a lot over the times you've moved from Birmingham to London. I've moved from Birmingham to Manchester. We've gone even
Yeah,
further. Um,
further away, yet you're still here.
and I'm gonna see you in about 3 hours' time.
In
So,
about 3 hours' time, yeah, that's going to be fun. I'm going to be unwell. I've got to get ready. I've got to get ready. I'm not even ready. I'm
go
chilling
out in
in
that
the
day,
toilet.
yeah.
Go out like this? I
Yeah.
don't think so, darling. I don't think. Um, I need to sort my life out. But yeah, I think it's great that we're doing this. I think it's fun. I think we're gonna have a great time, darling.
Gay old
And
time, we always do.
Gale time, and always support all of the divas. Give them all the love and all the support. Obviously, I'm just a dickhead, so no one cares about my opinion. Ryan, I care about yours less. So do that what you will. But I think you should always send love if you're listening to
Yeah.
the girls. It is not easy going and prepping for Drag Race. It is not easy dealing with all the people's comments and shenanigans. So yeah, be nice to these girlies. I'm the only one, and Ryan, who gets to slag them off. If you ever slag off my sisters, I'm coming for you. That's my job. And I do it because I love her.
I
There we go.
completely agree. I think with that as well, it's nice to critique people. You're watching TV,
Yeah,
they've signed up to be critiqued. However,
yeah,
think about how you critique them. Is it in a positive manner? You don't have
yeah,
to tear people down just because you think that you're going to
yeah.
get a viral moment on Twitter or a clap back from someone. Because if you want a clap back from someone, just go down the street and throw a pound dodger at them when they're performing. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Do
don't.
me any money will do for me, darling.
Exactly.
Right. Well, there we go. Episode one of Sunday Serve. Back again. I love you all. I've been Yshee Black. I'm gonna go get ready to go party, and I will see you, Ryan, later. You got any final words to say?
Goodbye. It's been lovely speaking to you all again. I'm hoping that why she will actually put some makeup on next week and a wig. But knowing
Who knows? Who knows? I actually like this. I think
that
this is
it is
raw.
kind of you are kind of giving cunt, I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly. So don't question me.
But here we are.
Who knows? Who knows? You have to tune in next week to see.
Exactly. Well, we'll probably get about 6 viewers, babes, knowing us. But
Oh, I
anyways,
know.
had a good time.
Not the hand coming out of nowhere. Was that your hand? Oh God! Ah, Jesus Christ! It's a big hand, right?
Oh, God.
God. Well, oh, anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.